What if I told you that walking might not be the best thing for your heart after 70? In fact, top heart surgeons are now saying there are better, gentler ways to strengthen your heart and boost circulation without even leaving your living room. And today, you'll discover 5 of them, backed by experts, designed for seniors, and surprisingly simple to do. The best part? They may help lower blood pressure, reduce swelling, and keep your energy flowing faster than any walk around the block. You don't need to be on your feet to get your blood moving. In fact, one of the best ways to support your heart after 70 is by simply pumping your legs while sitting in a chair. This move might look too easy at first, but it's a favorite among cardiologists for one very good reason. Your calves aren't just muscles. They're nicknamed your second heart for a reason. Every time you squeeze those calf muscles, you help your veins push blood back up to your heart. It's like giving your heart a helping hand, without breaking a sweat or stepping outside. And for older adults dealing with swelling in the legs, cold feet, or that heavy, tired feeling after sitting, this can be the perfect solution. It's also incredibly practical. You can do it while drinking your morning coffee, chatting with a friend, reading a book, or even waiting at the doctor's office. No gym, no shoes, and no schedule required. Just you, a chair, and a few minutes of gentle, intentional movement. Here's how it works. Sit tall in a chair with your feet flat on the ground. Slowly lift your heels while keeping your toes down. Hold for a moment. Then switch. Lift your toes while your heels stay grounded. You'll feel your calves and shins engage. That's the pump. And that simple motion creates a ripple effect through your entire circulatory system. The key is not how hard you do it, it's how often. A minute here and there adds up faster than you think. Now here's the part that makes it more than just physical. When you start moving your body in ways that feel doable, even when everything else feels like too much, it sends a signal to your brain. I've still got this. That alone can shift your mindset from stuck to strong. Let me tell you about Ronald. He's 78, lives alone, struggled with dizzy spells that kept him glued to the recliner. His doctor said to move more, but walking felt impossible. Then his physical therapist showed him the seated leg pump. Ronald started doing a few sets during commercials while watching old westerns. 2 weeks later, the swelling in his ankles was almost gone. His feet were warmer. His energy was back. But more than that, he felt like he was finally doing something for himself again. That's the power of this simple motion. It isn't about getting ripped or going the extra mile. It's about showing up for your heart, even if it's just one pump at a time. And before you know it, those little pumps add up to big results. You don't need to drop to the floor to build strength, and you certainly don't need fancy machines or heavy weights. All you need is a wall. Wall push-ups are one of the most overlooked secrets for heart health after 65. They're safe, simple, and surprisingly effective. In fact, many doctors recommend them over traditional floor push-ups for seniors because they build upper body strength and circulation without putting pressure on your wrists, knees, or back. Here's what makes them special. Every time you push against that wall, you're working your chest, shoulders, arms, and core. And those muscles? They're like extra engines for your circulatory system. When they engage, they demand more oxygen. That forces your heart to pump stronger, your lungs to expand deeper, and your blood to move faster. It's like giving your entire cardiovascular system a wake-up call without ever leaving the house. Even better, this movement activates the muscles around your rib cage and diaphragm, helping you breathe more fully. And as we age, stronger breathing muscles mean more energy, less fatigue, and a lower risk of respiratory issues. Now picture this. You're in your kitchen waiting for the kettle to boil. Instead of standing still, you walk over to the wall. Place your hands at shoulder height, step back a little, and slowly lean forward. Then push yourself back. That's 1 rep. You didn't break a sweat, but your heart noticed. So did your muscles. And if you do just 8 to 10 of those a few times a day, the results build up faster than you'd expect. But this isn't just about physical strength. Let me tell you about Margaret. She's 82. She stopped exercising after a fall shook her confidence. Even standing up felt risky. So the idea of working out terrified her. But one day, her neighbor suggested trying wall push-ups, just a few, by her kitchen counter. Margaret gave it a shot. Day 1, she managed 4. A week later, she was doing 12, and she said something I'll never forget. "It's not just my arms getting stronger. I feel like my confidence is standing up straighter too." That's the hidden gift inside this tiny movement. It's not just about toning your muscles. It's about rebuilding belief in yourself. Because every time you press against that wall, you're pushing back against fear, weakness, and doubt. And in its place, you're welcoming strength, balance, and self-trust. So if you're watching this and thinking, "I can't do much," I want you to remember this. You don't have to do much. You just have to start. And a flat wall might be the most powerful piece of exercise equipment you've never used. If your legs have ever felt heavy, swollen, or just plain tired after sitting too long, you're not alone. For most people over 65, blood has a harder time moving back up from the legs to the heart, and if you're spending hours seated, whether it's in a favorite recliner, at the dinner table, or during a long ride, your circulation can slow to a crawl. That's where seated leg lifts come in. This simple, chair-based movement doesn't just wake up your leg muscles, it gently nudges your blood to flow faster, higher, and more efficiently toward your heart. It's like giving your lower body a second wind, without even standing up. Here's how it works. While sitting tall in a sturdy chair, you lift one leg at a time, keeping it straight or just slightly bent. Hold for a moment, then lower it with control. Then switch legs and repeat. It takes barely a minute, but behind the scenes, a lot is happening. Your quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, and hips all kick into gear, creating a powerful pumping effect that improves circulation and reduces pressure in the veins. This is especially helpful for reducing cold feet, ankle swelling, or that uncomfortable concrete legs feeling that so many seniors quietly live with. But even more than that, it helps your heart do its job better. When your legs are doing their part, your heart doesn't have to work as hard. And that can lead to a lower resting heart rate, more energy, and a calmer nervous system. And it's not just physical. Every time you lift your leg with purpose, especially when the world tells you to slow down, you're reclaiming something that goes far beyond muscle strength. You're reclaiming your momentum. Let me share George's story. He's 79. After his wife passed, he stopped doing most things. His days blurred together. Mornings turned into nights without much movement in between. A neighbor noticed and told him, "Start small. Try lifting your legs during TV ads." So George did. Just one leg, then the other. One set during each commercial break. At first it felt like nothing. But after 2 weeks, George felt something shift. His legs weren't as stiff. His steps felt lighter. And more than that, he started looking forward to the next set. He said, "It gave my day a rhythm again, something that was just mine." That rhythm turned into a habit. That habit turned into progress. And that progress reminded George that he was still in motion, not just physically but emotionally. That's the secret behind seated leg lifts. They aren't about hitting a goal. They're about changing the direction of your day, from stillness to strength, from passive to powerful, from waiting to doing. So next time you're on the couch or sipping tea in your favorite chair, try lifting one leg, then the other. Don't worry about reps. Just begin. Because every lift reminds your heart and your spirit that you're still going strong. This might be the most underrated heart exercise of them all. It's quiet, it's easy, and it fits in the palm of your hand. Most people think of heart health in terms of running, walking, or lifting heavy weights. But heart surgeons and physical therapists are now pointing to something far simpler: your grip. That's right. The strength of your hand says a lot about the health of your heart. And more importantly, it's one of the easiest things to train, anywhere, anytime. Hand grip squeezes are exactly what they sound like. You hold something soft in your palm, a stress ball, a rolled-up towel, or even your own hand, and squeeze, then release. That's it. But don't be fooled by the simplicity, because this gentle motion sets off a powerful chain reaction inside your body. Each squeeze creates tension in your hand and forearm muscles. That tension activates small blood vessels, stimulates circulation, and improves something called vascular tone, which is a fancy way of saying your arteries stay flexible and responsive. Over time, studies show that regular grip training can lower systolic blood pressure, the top number that measures how hard your heart is working to push blood through your arteries. Why does this matter so much after 65? Because high blood pressure is often a silent threat. You don't always feel it, but your heart does. It has to work harder, pump faster, push against more resistance, and that chronic overwork can lead to fatigue, shortness of breath, or worse. But when you train your grip, even just 5 minutes a day, you're giving your heart permission to relax, to find a gentler rhythm. And that can make all the difference. But it's not just physical, it's psychological too. Let me introduce you to Ellen. She's 83, lives with arthritis, moves a little slower these days, but every morning she starts her day the same way, with a yellow foam ball in her hand. 3 squeezes before breakfast, 3 more before she sits down to read. She told me, "It's my way of telling my body, I'm still here, I still have power." What surprised her most wasn't her grip strength. It was her energy. Her heart didn't race like it used to. She could walk a little farther, breathe a little deeper, all from a few minutes of gentle gripping a day. The beauty of hand grip squeezes is that they meet you where you are, sitting by the window, watching your favorite show, talking on the phone. That's your moment. No shoes, no sweat. Just a small action that tells your body you still care. And here's the part no one talks about. Studies show that grip strength is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. That's right. A strong grip doesn't just mean strong hands. It means a strong nervous system, better balance, and more independence for years to come. So go ahead. Pick up that ball. Squeeze with purpose. And feel your heart respond. Not with strain, but with strength. Sometimes the smallest moves carry the biggest rewards. And when it comes to heart health after 70, few exercises are as quietly powerful as the seated leg raise. At first glance, it may look like just another chair movement. But don't be fooled. This single action strengthens your lower body, fuels your circulation, and supports your heart. All in one go. Seated leg raises are exactly what they sound like. You sit tall in a sturdy chair, lift one leg slowly into the air, hold it for a beat, then lower it with control. Then switch. That's it. No weights, no timers, no pressure. But here's what's happening inside your body while you do it. You're activating your quadriceps, the large muscles on the front of your thighs. These muscles are essential for everyday tasks. Standing up, climbing stairs, maintaining balance, even walking across the room. The stronger they are, the more supported your heart becomes. Why? Because when your legs are doing their job, your cardiovascular system doesn't have to overcompensate. Your blood flows more freely, your heart rate stays steadier, and your endurance gently builds, day by day. What's even better? This movement counters the damaging effects of sitting too long. As we age, extended periods of sitting can cause blood to pool in the legs. That means your heart has to work overtime to push it back up. Seated leg raises create a gentle pumping action that gets your blood moving again, helping to reduce swelling, ease pressure, and protect against clotting. But just like every exercise we've covered so far, this one carries something deeper than physical benefits. Let me introduce you to Harold. He's 78, a stroke survivor. For weeks after his recovery, he was convinced his body had given up on him. His legs felt useless. Every step was a risk. Until one day his rehab nurse encouraged him to try just one thing, lift one leg while seated. No goals, no expectations, just movement. At first he rolled his eyes. What's the point of lifting my leg while sitting? But after a few days, something shifted. His legs felt steadier. His energy returned. He made it to his mailbox and back without needing to stop. But what mattered more than the steps was the spark. I didn't feel like a patient anymore, he told me. I felt like a person again. That's what seated leg raises give you. Not just stronger thighs or a healthier heart, but a renewed sense of identity. a moment to say, I'm still capable. I'm still in control. And the beauty of this move? You can do it during moments that would otherwise feel idle, while waiting for your tea to steep, while talking on the phone, even during a quiet moment of reflection. One leg, then the other. Small lifts. Huge message. You are not finished, your heart is not finished, and your strength is only just beginning to speak again. If you've made it this far, you've already done something powerful, something most people your age are told they can't do. You've taken back control. Each of these 5 movements may seem small on their own. A pump, a push, a lift, a squeeze. But when combined consistently, even for just a few minutes at a time, they create a ripple effect across your entire body. Your blood flows better. Your heart works smarter. Your muscles remember their strength. And your spirit wakes up to something it hasn't felt in years. Momentum. But here's the part most people miss. The real transformation doesn't come from the exercises themselves. It comes from what happens the next 24 hours after you start. When you get up tomorrow morning, your body will already be responding. You may notice your feet feel warmer, your joints less stiff, your steps more stable. That foggy heaviness that lingers after long days of sitting begins to lift. It's not a miracle. It's biology. Your circulation is resetting. Your nervous system is calming. And your heart, your magnificent beating heart, is finally getting the support it deserves. Now imagine what happens if you do it again the next day, and the next. That's how a new story begins. Not with a dramatic overhaul or a big change, but with tiny, intentional actions that echo through your bloodstream and build your confidence like bricks in a wall. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need a new body. You just need to start where you are, with what you have. And tonight is the perfect time. While your body is resting, your heart is still working. So before you settle in for bed, do 1 round of leg pumps, or a few grip squeezes, or a slow wall push-up while brushing your teeth. That's your 24-hour reset, your signal to your body that you're choosing vitality, you're choosing life, and your body will meet you there. Now here's the cliffhanger. There's one more secret to boosting your circulation, one that works even while you sleep. It's not an exercise, it's something deeper, and most seniors don't even know it exists. We'll reveal it in the next video. Until then, keep your legs moving, your breath deep, and your belief strong. You're not just surviving, you're rebuilding, and your best rhythm is only just beginning.